What's up, guys? It's Matterz, and for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, for basically the whole storyline involving the Origins crew, we have a ton of new Easter egg information regarding probably Richtofen. If you guys haven't seen the official Shadows of Evil Easter egg ending cutscene, you're probably watching it on screen right now. I'll just put it there because it's really new, it's really insane, and I thought, why not just play it right here, because there's a lot of really interesting stuff we're actually going to take out of this cutscene that relates to how the Black Ops 3 storyline will continue with the Origins crew. But on the flip side, there's a lot of crazy dimensional, just insanely differentiating realms and universes that we still need to figure out. There's a lot of really weird stuff, but there's also a ton of connections we can actually make between these different universes, and we'll be doing that in a bunch of videos, so definitely subscribe for that. But this one, we're actually going to go in depth on something really interesting, really simple, and I think a lot of people did catch up on this and they really understood. But I'm going to play this to you guys, okay? I'm going to play the actual cutscene from Shadows of Evil right now.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you and goodbye.
Now, what you probably heard was the song in the background. Now, does that song sound familiar? Hopefully it does. If you played Black Ops 2, it's obviously from Origins, the ending Origins cutscene for the Origins Easter egg, and that's really freaking weird. I'm gonna first play the actual Origins cutscene, probably like a few seconds of it, just cause, you guys get the point. I just want to play a few seconds just to prove to you guys that that's the same thing from Origins. So here you go.
That day forward, they knew that Samantha would keep them safe forever.
Now, obviously, from there, it may be cut off in certain areas because of the parts where I took out the song or whatever, but it's the same exact tone, the same exact sort of xylophone sound that you hear from Origins that you hear in the Shadows of Evil cutscene. Now, what we formerly believed, we thought the Shadows of Evil and Mob of the Dead universe was its own universe. It stayed there, whatever, and it more or less tied into Mob of the Dead. And now we're just like, wait, so does it tie in with the Origins crew and the sort of Origins crew's universe and stuff, which makes absolutely crazy no sense, but I guess that's what we're playing with here. And we saw a couple little Easter eggs that involved that, one with the Mob of the Dead plane. If you guys didn't know, on the map, the Mob of the Dead planes were actually found in the sky, so it's obviously sort of hinting at these alternating dimensions, but we haven't really seen anything this clear. Obviously, it could be as clear as seeing Richtofen in Shadows of Evil. The fact that we're seeing Richtofen, the Origins Richtofen, in Shadows of Evil is the #1 indicator that there's some sort of cross-dimensional, crazy, storyline gap going on here that we need to fill and we need to figure out for the rest of the DLC maps and the rest of Black Ops 3. So that's the main point, but I think everyone really understands that, if Richtofen is seen on Shadows of Evil, something crazy is going on there, and, just because we saw that, it was really insane anyway, so that's the point. Now, the point I'm making in the majority of this video, this also directly relates back to the Origins crew as well, because the sound and the freaking tone of the actual cutscene throughout the whole cutscene is the same exact sound and tone and song from the Origins cutscene, and that was literally the origins of these characters. Now, something between that, I don't think it really matters that it was the Origins cutscene. I think if it was the same song as the Giant, it would have been the same sort of connection, just the connection that the Shadows of Evil and Mob of the Dead universe relate to some way, or just interacting with each other with the Origins crew's universe and stuff like that. It's just absolutely insane. We have no idea how this is gonna pan out. And at least, I think everyone really has agreed, and I don't think it was confirmed, but it sort of was confirmed based on what we know about Mob of the Dead. Shadows of Evil, one and done map. It was just a thing, you learn the storyline, it spun off of Mob of the Dead to some extent, but until, other than that, you learn the storyline, and it ended right on that map. You don't continue that storyline. That's just the way it is, There's not going to be another map with those characters from Shadows of Evil. But will their legacy and their ideas and these sort of Easter egg elements from Shadows of Evil move on because of the fact that Richtofen stole the summoning key from Shadows of Evil. Now, I'll have more information on that, true meanings of the summoning key, and just a ton of crazy stuff like that, and how that relates. I actually have another sort of theory that one of my subscribers commented on my recent video, so I'll definitely try to shout him out, and we'll talk about that in a different video, because that's pretty interesting as well. That hints at other remakes, and we'll have to see how that works. But there's just a ton of really insane stuff that we need to figure out, and I just want to point out something before I end this video. I might talk about it a bit more, but I just want to like talk about some other different stuff here. It's also really weird because Shadows of Evil and Mob of the Dead, obviously its own universe, and then you have the Origins universe, and I don't know which way. I guess, you know, the Origins universe basically directly affecting the Shadows of Evil universe, because you saw the Origins Richthofen on Shadows of Evil. And if you go back even further, the Nazi Richthofen group with all the Nazi original Black Ops 1 World at War characters, that group directly affected the Origins group, because obviously Richthofen from, you know, Black Ops 1, the Nazi Richthofen was like, oh yeah, let's open this teleporter, and he was basically the one that initiated that, and the Richthofen from Origins initiated the Shadows of Evil. So if you think about it in your head, it's sort of like a three-way sort of sliding analysis, where you start off with the Nazi Richthofen affecting the Origins Richthofen to some extent. Well, obviously the Origins Richthofen sort of turns on the Nazi Richthofen, but it goes like that. And then the Origins Richthofen affecting the Shadows of Evil, not Richthofen, but, you know, the Shadows of Evil storyline in general, just everything like that. It's really insane. It's really weird. Hopefully, like, YouTube has this feature where I can just draw it out for you guys, because I really want to sort of explain to you guys how this all works, because it's so confusing, but at the same time, it's amazing. It's insane that we have this information. Now we can just like go off of it. Like, we have so much stuff to actually think about. So it's gonna be really insane to see what happens. So yeah, like, make sure to subscribe for more. Tell me guys what you think about this, and more videos on like Richthofen and all of that crazy stuff coming soon, and about the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, the storyline, the cutscene, and the rest of the storyline for the Black Ops 3 universe, basically, whatever universe, because there's like 100 different universes now, so I don't know, we'll have to see. And yeah, see you guys later.